Good morning.
Yesterday, Jim Schwartz had some pretty high praise for Carson, saying that his command of the field is something that it even took like like Ray Lewis, who he worked with early in his career, 3 years to develop. Just what can you say about him being compared already to obviously a Hall of Famer, and what you notice about his play through 10 games?
Well, first, what I think was great about Carson, and he answered Nathan and our radio crew with, they asked him what his favorite play he made, and he said the next one. And that typifies how he sees the world. He has a unique ability to focus in the moment and make quick decisions and then put it away and go to the next play. That's one of the hardest things to teach. I was fortunate enough as a young coach to work with Takeo Spikes and Patrick Willis and Navarro Bowman. And what Takeo Spikes taught us was when he was young going through getting it, because it's exciting. There's all kinds of stuff going on the field, as you know. And what he would say to himself is, next play's my best play. Next play's my best play. And that was one of the things I shared with Carson, and I share with a lot of young linebackers. But he has a great mental attitude to be able to do that. So it's special how he can go to the next play and focus and forget about it and go. And usually after he gets the guy on the ground, which is special that he's able to do that as well.
I don't know that I've ever seen a defender, at least a rookie defender, come in and understand spatial awareness the way that Carson does. And I remember we used to talk about it even with JOK. He
Yes.
could figure out where he needed to be. But Carson skipped over all that, didn't he? I mean, he just knows that instinctively, doesn't he?
I think it's always nature and nurture. Carson playing a whole bunch of positions, a bunch of different sports with all his brothers and sisters growing up and playing a bunch of different positions, and then how he had to earn his way onto the field, I think helped him immensely in the space in the field. And yes, we talked about Jeremiah a lot. Jeremiah is amazing at how well he could feel things. He just didn't have as much experience of putting it into that box and applying it quite as quick. But of course, once Jeremiah saw it, there's not many humans that can get as fast as he can. So all of us have our strengths and weaknesses. But yeah, I think he takes in space and feel and time, and it's naturally who he is, how he sees the world as a person, but also his experience. And then his ability to, like we said, next play is the best play, lock onto one thing and use it.
Where do you think that comes from, the ability to get to the next play? Because you talk about that every time we talk to you.
Yes.
You coach it. So why is he able to do that quicker than other people?
I think it's a little like we said. He's so smart that he can put it away, and just how he's naturally wired like that. He makes a play, and you'll see him. He'll get a quick celebration, or grab the back from Miami, throw him down. Everybody hits him on the helmet, runs back to the huddle, and he's already looking for Jim to get the next call. It's really unique, and he learns very quickly, both when you tell him something, when you show him something, and then his study comes into play. He's advanced at how much he studies, what he studies, and he hits a point where he has enough so that he doesn't overthink it. That's advanced as well too. So it comes from the whole process.
Are you amazed that he didn't start earlier at UCLA? When you see what he's doing now, that somebody didn't recognize that and get him on the field faster?
Well, I don't know. I wasn't there, so I don't know. I know his weight progression. I know he didn't have. I knew he grew. He was still growing senior year into UCLA, and I think at that time, with the year when you were recruited, the athletes in 2020, because of what was going on, there's a bunch of good players in that mix that not as many coaches could go out to see them. Not as many. There's stories like this out of that class, just because of what was happening in the world. Like, we may not have been able to find them all, but what's cool is these young men are getting a chance and then showing who they are. Because really, it's all about, and we talk about it all the time, and you guys do a good job asking me all the time, this business is next man up no matter what. You don't know when it's going to happen. So for Carson to be able to get in to what he did last year and start making plays right away and then get on everybody's radar, then to come in here, stay focused, build his body, come back from what he came back from after bye week, and get in there and make all those tackles, I mean, it's very impressive. But it's taking advantage of the opportunity, and proud of him for that.
defensive rookie of the year for him? What are your thoughts on that?
I think mine are the same as him. We're going to stay in our what we do each play, each day, how we communicate with our teammates, how we get 11 of us to go to the ball, because we've got to get, and we did a pretty good job of it last week as a defense. We've got to get guys on the ground faster in the run game. We've got to get, you can't run without your legs. We got to get legs out of the ground. That's with this young back who's really good. His legs run. And so we got to do, I mean, we got so many things to work on that if we do that, that stuff falls at the end. And this is a good challenge. They didn't run the ball as much as they probably wanted to last week. So, you know, this is going to be a lot of the young men on our defense are going close to home, and we need to play really well this week to go 1-0, and that's our ultimate goal. We haven't done that on the road for a while, and we need to focus on that.
Other than the next one, what has been your favorite Carson play this year?
Mine is the next one. You know that. I don't even. There's a lot. I'll answer that one at the end of the year. Let's see where we can go with that.
What about Genty? What are you seeing from Genty?
He runs hard. He's strong. He's trained his body to be really strong, and he's good. He spins and he gets positive yards. I don't think his yards per carry represent who this back is. He's a good player.
Devin was really good last year, but what has maybe changed or even clicked more for him this season?
Thanks for asking about Devin. A smile comes to my face. I'm really proud of Devin, how he brings energy to us every day, to the field. He's gotten better at just every time he takes the field, bringing his energy. Devin has great positive energy, and he loves football. He's out pre-practice playing catch with Carson every day. And they're like two little kids playing catch, trying to catch the ball at all different angles. And you know what? That helped us. So hopefully that continues to help us. But love his energy, and he is good working with Carson and the year in the defense. He's way better on his alignments. And then his eyes are more correct because his alignments are correct. And so when Devin stays in that process, he's really good because he's fast. He's low target tackling well, like kind of what we were just talking about. Because you got to get legs out of the ground. There's no other way to get people on the ground anymore. They all got stiff arms. They're all quick. They're all fast. They can all cut back in the NFL. It's a cutback league because everybody can run. That's a Joe Woods quote, but I love that one because it's true. And you got to prevent cutbacks. And so Devin's done a good job of, we call it tracking. He's done a good job of tracking. So I can't say enough about what he's doing within the scheme of the defense, and then how willing he is to play with contact right now.
I feel like with both him and Carson, there's a bunch of plays where even if it seems like they're not going to catch a guy, they're chasing it. You know, the Andrews play, Carson running without his helmet on that screen play, and I remember Devin in New Orleans last year. What does that say about those guys?
And that's who we want to be. That's our number one thing of our linebacker mantra is run. It's run, shed, tackle the guy with the ball. You got to run. It's the number one thing. They know they don't like when they read their grade sheet and it says loaf. That's the worst thing that we could have in that room. We have very few. We want 0. We have very few, but that is what we pride ourselves on, and that's what the room and the defense has done a good job of pointing out to each other, like, is that full speed? And the more times that you say, yes, it was, the better you are. So we emphasize that in every phase of everything we do. And
I'm sure there's going to be different looks that you give when it comes to Brock Bowers and different guys kind of covering and things like that. But what role does just the linebacker group play in that on Sunday? A guy who obviously is as talented as he is.
As Coach Schwartz says, the linebackers and the safeties in our defense are the nerve center. So it's our job to get everything lined up. They do a great job of moving him or putting him in positions to use his change of direction to build in his great hands to make plays. So there's times where any of us could be around or near him, and we got to know the leverages, where he is, and work. So it's going to be a team effort to play him, and they do a very good job of how they use him. They're different when he plays in games, as you've seen from stats and everything as you look through. He's a good player, so it's going to take us all. And then he's really good when he gets a ball in his hand, kind of where we were talking about getting guys on the ground. We got to make sure we get as many humans to the ball, because he's good after the catch.
When you see Miles on a tear that he is, it's just strictly from a sack perspective, but I know he's playing great. Like, just how impressed are you? Have you ever seen anybody put this kind of string together like he is?
I got a big smile. I usually only give that big smile for, like, no, I give a big smile for anybody on defense. It's very impressive what Miles is doing. He's really locked. We're talking a lot about Carson, how he can lock his brain into doing things. Miles has done a very good job of getting his body and his mind ready to just keep going this year. And he's been relentless. A lot of the sacks are effort running people down sacks. And anytime he does it, he may not know this, but anytime it's an effort sack, I go over and make sure I tell him a little extra. So we all want to be great for Miles. We want to be great with Miles. We want to play great defense around and with him and everything. And we just have that much respect for him and whatever other 10 are on the field. It's our job to go. And if he's getting doubled, that means somebody else isn't. And so we got to make a play. Make a play for him and with him.
Grant, I was just gonna say real quick, Grant said yesterday he's been trying to get Carson to come up with a signature celebration after he makes big plays. Do you have any ideas for him? Have you helped him out with that at all?
We just tell him to have a plan. And if you tell Carson to have a plan, he does. So I don't think it'll be, I love Grant's signature celebration, by the way, but he's going to make sure it's quick so he can get back and do the next play. That's just how he's wired. So hopefully everybody runs over and sees it when he does it really quick. Go Browns.